Okay, let's try to do this all the way. I'm going to uninstall Alloy in this Windows server and then install it again. So I know it is installed because the dashboards, Windows. So there's Windows log, Windows CPU system. So you can go here to Windows logs and I would see the logs for the Windows system. And I can go to Windows CPU and I will see the CPU. So it's working. It's collecting data right here. So now I'm going to uninstall all this thing and reinstall it again. So to uninstall it, I go to the Windows server, go to the services window, click on the Alloy, and the first thing I do is stop it. When I stop it, then I go to local disk, program files, and then Grafana Labs, Alloy, and run the uninstaller. So it will permanently delete Alloy. That's done, then I will go ahead and remove the directory, Grafana Labs. So delete. Okay, so there's a window opens right here. It's config. So I'm gonna close that and delete. So now the other one thing I need to do is remove the environment variables that were created. So I go to environment variables. Right here, and then the environment variable, there's a couple. I think there's a couple. So there's Grafana Cloud API key, so I delete that, and maybe there's another one, or maybe not. That's the only one. Yeah. Okay. So that will take care of that. Why I need to do this? Because if the variable is present when you run the script, installation of script, and it found the environmental variable, it will not write it. And it was failing on me. So once I deleted the whole thing like brand new, then it worked. So now we're ready to reinstall. So then I go to connections, go to add new connections, I go to Windows, and then it's going to tell me that it's already installed. So what I'm going to do is uninstall it first. So it's going to remove the dashboards. So if I check now the dashboards, there will not be Windows. Those dashboards like before, none. So I know that now it's gone. So I go back to connections, add connection, Windows, and then it should have shown the tile, the Windows tile. Probably there's some memory thing or whatever. It took me right into the Windows installer. So now what I need to do is run Grafana Alloy. Take a token name, so I'm gonna say JCI underscore today's date, so it's 04/15/2026 17:22, which is the time. I'm going to, because this is a test, I'm gonna make it expire on the 17th. So I'm creating the token. So the token is ready, it's right here. I could copy it, but I'm going to disable remote configuration. This is for fleet management. So I disable that to simplify. And then this is what I need to run in the Windows server. So I copy this to the clipboard. Go to a terminal in the Windows server that is run with administrator privileges. So just do command exec, then right click, and then run as administrator, and then in there I paste that command. It has to be run as administrator, and it actually tells you right here. Um, right here it says with administrator privileges. So I'm going to run that. Okay. There you go. So now if you start loading the installer, it will take a while. So let me just pause the video for a second. Oh, I can't pause it. Okay. So I guess I will have to wait. So it's loading. So once it finishes loading, it's going to run this command, installation command. And what it's going to do is take some of these values and create a config.alloy. And it's going to add the key to the environment variable. So right now, if I go to environment variable, I will not see any key for Grafana. There's nothing there, right? So when this finishes downloading and runs the installation, what it's gonna do again is gonna create that environment variable. It's gonna create the Grafana directory with the Alloy subdirectory with all the configuration file, the uninstaller, and all that stuff. And it's gonna run it. Sometimes it had some issues starting, so we have to start it manually. Hopefully this time around it's not gonna be an issue. But if you, for whatever reason at the end it says that it's not running, you need to make sure that it's run. So it finished downloading, it's now installing the Alloy for Windows. So I will allow it to do its magic. So now we're waiting for Alloy to initialize. So again, now if I go to the service here, actually let me do this and services. So now I see Alloy and I see that it's running. And here it says running. And now if I go here to environment variables, now I see the API key for Grafana. So now what I need to do is go back to the Grafana stack and test this connection. There you are. So it says, okay, it's working. So now that we know that it's working, so now we proceed with the integration. So now what we're gonna do is decide what is it that we want the Alloy collector to collect. In this case, just make optional selections. I am not adding extended metrics, just to follow the same configuration that you did. So you get the regex and everything. I'm including logs, including alerts, and it's a simple setup because it's just a Windows server. So now I'm gonna copy that. It says this integration relies on Grafana Alloy instance running on a Windows machine. So that which is our case. So now I'm gonna take this snippet, copy it, and I'm gonna add it to the Alloy configuration file. So I go to here, go to Grafana Labs, go to Alloy, open config, and down at the bottom I add that, and then I file and save. So now I'm ready to restart, which is the next step. It says restart Grafana Alloy and test configurations. So I'm gonna copy this, and run it in the admin terminal. And then I'm gonna go here, do the last one, and it says that is running. And if I go back here, let me reload it again. There you are, it's running. So now I can test to make sure that that connection is working. It says it might take it could take up to a minute. Let's see what happens. So if this doesn't work, one of the things I can do is go to the event viewer and check on Windows logs applications. There you are, it's back. So Windows logs applications, and if there's any error, you will see it here, and then you can troubleshoot from here. So now it says, yeah, it worked. So now I'm going to install the dashboards. Remember the dashboard that we used to have before? Now they are back, and now I can go to the dashboards. Here they are, and now I see the gap, right? So I install it once, I remove it. This is the gap while it was reinstalling. I reinstall it again, and then remove it again, and now I'm going to start seeing data here. So in a couple of minutes or whatever, we will start seeing some data points. So basically, that's the procedure I followed to install this. I realized that the one I sent you was not the right one, and I'm sorry for that. But I hope that this will clear your installation, and you will have no more issues with that. Okay, let's check. Let's see. There you are. Now we have a data point. Okay, that's it. Thank you.